So you're in student government, or maybe you're just thinking about joining. Awesome. We're about to dive into how it can be this incredible force for real, meaningful change in your school and even your community. Let's get right into it.
All right, let's just get this out of the way first. When you hear the words student government, what's the very first thing that comes to mind? Is it picking the prom theme? Or maybe building a homecoming float? Look, those things are super fun and they're great for school spirit, but honestly, that's just scratching the surface of what's really possible.
Yeah, the real magic of student government lies in something way deeper. It's like a hands-on lab for learning how to be a leader, it's a platform for serving others, and it's your chance to make a real, lasting difference for everyone around you. To really wrap our heads around this, we've got to look at the official purpose behind the title. This isn't just some other after-school club, it has a serious foundational mission. Okay, check this out. What's so cool about this is the language they're using. This isn't from some boring textbook. It's the preamble to an actual student government constitution. Words like diligently promoting and serve our students and community. That's not just fluff. That's a declaration of a serious commitment. And get this, that same constitution defines citizenship in such a powerful way. It's not just about knowing stuff. It's about how you respond to being part of a community. It's all about taking action. So your role in student government, it's literally a living, breathing exercise in what it means to be a good citizen. So when you boil it all down, it's this. The moment you're elected, you become an ambassador. You're the one they trust to represent them and to be a real force for good, both inside the school and out. That's a huge responsibility for sure, but wow, what an amazing opportunity. All right, so we've got the why down. That's the big, powerful vision. But how do you actually turn that into real projects? How do you find your mission? Let's break that down. It all starts with one simple but absolutely crucial act. You have to listen. The best, most impactful projects don't just come from a few people brainstorming in a closed room. Nope, they come directly from the needs and hopes of your fellow students. And this is your roadmap right here. You can use simple tools like online surveys or even just a physical suggestion box. But even better, hold meetings where the only goal is to listen. What are the real issues people are facing? What would make their school experience better? Your job is to be the amplifier for their voices. So once you've done that listening, you're going to have a gold mine of ideas. But what does a project with real impact actually look like? Let's check out some amazing examples and we'll break them down by theme. First up, kindness and positivity. These projects are all about building a safer, more supportive school culture. I mean, think about the wall of kind words. You just set up a board where anyone can anonymously post a positive note about someone else. That anonymity is so key. It makes it safe for people to be genuinely kind. Or how about a virtual calming room on the school website? A dedicated space with mental health resources, mindfulness links, maybe even some puzzles, especially during the stress of exam week. These are small projects with a massive impact on the whole school atmosphere. Okay, next up, let's zoom out a bit beyond the school walls with community and service projects. This is where you connect your school to the wider neighborhood. A project like a senior citizen prom at a nearby nursing home, that's incredible. It's way more than just a dance. You're creating an event that bridges generations, fights loneliness, and makes amazing memories for everyone involved. These projects build real, tangible connections and show that your school is an active, caring part of the whole community. And that brings us to citizenship and activism. This is where you can create real, structural change. Are the school lunches a problem? Is the gym equipment totally outdated? You literally have the power to research the issue, gather data, create a real plan with a budget, and then formally present it to the school board. This is where you learn to advocate, to organize, and to turn a complaint into a concrete solution. These are the real-world skills that'll matter long after you graduate. Okay, you've got an amazing idea. Now what? How do you actually get it off the ground and turn that spark of inspiration into a real project that makes a difference? Well, it all comes down to having a solid process. And this is where it gets really interesting, because what you're looking at is basically a mini version of a real government. You've got an executive branch with officers like the president to coordinate everything. You have a legislative assembly full of class reps to debate and vote on ideas. And you even have a judicial committee to interpret the rules. It's a mini democracy right there in your school. And this isn't just for show. This structure provides really important checks and balances. It makes sure that ideas get properly debated, that plans are well thought out,
and that the actions you take truly represent what the student body wants. It's the framework for getting things done effectively and fairly. And at the core of all this is a super simple but really powerful democratic process. It's based on something called Robert's Rules of Order, which is just a standard way to run meetings fairly. Now, it might look a little formal, but it's incredibly empowering. It all starts with one person saying, "I move that we organize a clothing drive." Someone else just has to say, "I second that," and boom. Just like that, an idea is officially on the table, ready for a real discussion. And this is why it's so important, you know? It's all about fairness. It keeps one or two loud voices from taking over the whole conversation. It forces you to actually consider different viewpoints and makes sure that every single great idea, no matter who it comes from, gets a real chance to be heard, debated, and maybe, just maybe, brought to life. So, look, we've seen that student government is so much more than just planning parties. It's a platform for kindness, a vehicle for service, and a training ground for real-world activism. You've got the purpose, you've got the ideas, and you have the process to make it happen. The only question left is, what change are you going to lead?